Sometimes I wonder, what did I do wrong? Sometimes I'm jogging and walking late at night. I wonder about these things. Sometimes I look at my life in the big picture. And I ask myself, have you ever taken wrong roads in life? And sometimes you end up doing or being something that maybe you didn't want to be. And you wonder, like, man, did I do something wrong to deserve this type of life? Maybe if I did something different, things would be different. You start out as kids and you're rolling around in a little race cars as kids. You don't really have a care in the world because, your parents are taking care of you. When you're babies, you're getting fed. Everything's being taken care of for you. Sometimes you wonder, man, if I can just go back to those stages and start all over again. Can I make my life different if I know what I know now? Of course you can. But that's not the way life is. It's all about walk by faith, not by sight. I remember when I was a kid, I used to be in love with Tony Atlas and WWF. One of my favorite wrestlers, Roddy Piper. I used to love the way he used to go crazy on people. And of course, my boy Ric Flair, great talker. That's why I learned how to talk, by listening to some of these wrestlers. I used to mimic them all the time. Wanted to be just like them, so maybe that's where I got my gift of gab from. And one of my favorite wrestlers, Big John Studd. My influence in life were kind of weird. I liked weird people like Hulk Hogan, big wrestling fan. So, of course, back then, everybody wanted to be a Hulkster, including me. And, Hulkster, he was hanging around Donald Trump back then, and that's amazing how he's our president now, but back then, Donald Trump was around. And, of course, a big influence was Mike Tyson, one of my favorite boxers. I used to wish I could knock people out like him. And sometimes you look like, wow. I remember the 86 Celtics. That was my favorite basketball team. Huge Celtic fan, even to this day. And, I went to Verbum High School, Catholic school, where I learned all what I learn now. It taught me how to be smart and know how to abide by all the rules and do the right thing. Verbum was a very prominent school back then. And of course, Mike Tyson, I just realized he was with Trump also. Why do I keep seeing Trump everywhere? But anyway, let me finish the story. When you're going down a road in life, you think about, all the things you've done, all the mistakes you've made. And sometimes you wonder, man, did this happen for a reason? Did I do something wrong in life to deserve this? Maybe you're battling something. Maybe if I'd have turned down the other road, things would have been better. And sometimes you stop and think, man, should I have turned and went that way or this way? But you keep going. You keep going in life because you're looking for that one big break. That big break to maybe, you get that financial security. You come into some money. Or you get that one big break where you meet that great person in life. Or you need to make that right turn, but you make the left turn and you look up, you're going down a different road. And sometimes that road may take you down another path that's even worse. Life is just amazing how it's all about turns, twists and turns. You could be in a Mustang one minute, then you could be on a bus stop the next minute. Life is very, very unpredictable. You never know how things are going to go. Sometimes you think about your life and it's a mystery. It's a mystery because you're trying to wonder, how did you get here? How did you get in a situation you're in where you can't pay your bills? Or maybe you're alone and you're by yourself. Or maybe you're in a house and you got 8 kids breathing down your neck. And you're miserable. And you can't go outside and breathe because your situation don't allow you to even open the door and go outside. Are you working a dead-end job? Are you homeless? You're on the street. I remember when I was in the United States military, I was in a submarine, sometime underwater for a long time, and I wondered, like, man, why in the world did I join the military? And I'm underneath the water, and I can't understand, how did I end up here, pressurized with all these different characters and men down there, and no women and no outlet, no fresh air. And sometimes you wonder, what kind of guy am I to basically turn my life into something like this? But, it happens. Then you think about, man, why I see certain people driving Ferraris and I can't drive one? That's my favorite dream car. And then you think about wealth. Wealth is the ultimate thing I've always wanted. I've always been in the cars and trying to have money to be able to go buy any kind of car I ever wanted. That's my life's goal. But sometimes when you want to achieve those things, it just seems like it's very, very difficult. You don't really know if you're ever going to get to that point of having unlimited money. Money seems so difficult to achieve because sometimes, the way society makes it is that everybody has money except you, and you can't get it. If you listen to society, it's like it's an unachievable thing. But the only people I see get it is they're doing a life of crime, or they doing something very perverted or something like that to get it. But how come you just can't get it the honest way? I mean, my life has normally been chasing after women. Chasing after women in the military, chasing after women in life, going into the military because it was a woman I fell in love with, went into the military. So I chose to go into the military to chase after her. Then when I found her, she was pregnant with 2 kids. So, you go through all these different things in life. I remember all the loves of my life. I mean, from Cindy to Susan to all these different women that I chased around in the military. And I still remember them. To Amber, to all the different type of personalities I had to deal with. When you're in the military, you're kind of all out on your own. So you get very lonely, so you date so many different women in the military and out of the military. And you remember the times you guys had in there, because they were tough times, but because all you had was each other. So sometimes you wonder, like, where's all these people gone? All the parties, all the drinking, all the times I've drunk so much and I don't even remember what day it is. I mean, I think back on those type of times, and I know there's people out there who had the same type of times, where you're just going to parties and clubs every night. You're drinking with people that maybe you only seen for a day or two. Or you're drinking with people that you're going to have to go to battle with and you may not see again. Every day and every night is a different face. Once you hit port, you're in clubs that you never heard of. And you're drunk and you're talking to different people. And sometimes when you're talking to you don't know what they're talking about. I remember times of passing out and waking up on the ship and not even realizing how I got there. Then when you get out of the military, looking for a job, no one's hiring. No one wants a drunk, out-of-work sailor. They put up signs before you even go there, telling you to keep out. They're not hiring. So don't even try to fill out an application. So you start begging for money. You ask your friends, and sometimes your friends, they have big bank accounts, and they don't want to help you. They're like, yo, bro, I'm rich. And if you ain't rich like me, hey, I can't help you. I'm like, yo, bro, don't you got a big savings account? Yeah, but it's not your savings account. So I hear all that, and especially from these type of friends. And I'm going to tell you what these type of friends are. These type of friends are the worst type of friends you ever want to meet. This is Mr. Filmmaker. Mr. Filmmaker is a certain type of friend. That type D friend. Those are the worst type of friends to have. Mr. Filmmaker here, when I was down and out, told me I was a piece of crap. But you know what? He was always smiling on my face, giving me compliments. But then when you turn around, he was always hating on me, talking behind my back, leaving comments, telling me how I'm nothing and a nobody. But you know what? I wondered the same thing about him, but I don't tell him that, because I don't want to hurt his feelings. But this guy right here, this is the worst type of guy to be a friend with. This is a type D friend, people. And these are the friends that you stay away from. They only want to see you fail. So what you do, you sit there and you're just praying for that miracle. Praying for that financial miracle. Because people in life, they don't want to help you. They want to see you fail, especially a type D friend. So what do you do in this situation? What do you do? Well, you can just go to the soup line like I used to do. Stand in the soup line for a certain amount of time, and eventually you'll get fed a meal. And then sometimes you may even get a guy that may give you $1 or $2. I'm gonna tell you an instance that happened to me not too long ago. It was a coworker of mine. He just walked up and just gave me money. I mean, this girl eating this piece of chicken. I said, "Hey, are you guys hiring?" She said, "Yeah. Go down to this job here. They're hiring for security officers." I said, Went down there, and guess what? I got a job. I got a job as a security officer. And I was one of the happiest guys in the world. Happy like Gomer Pyle. Matter of fact, my job has Gomer Pyles around. Gomer Pyles are people who kiss up to supervisors, who do all the work, who sit there and they try to hog up overtime because they get it. Because all they do is kiss the supervisor's ass. But let me tell you, working security is one of the best experiences I ever had. Because working security put me back on my feet. But let me get back to my coworker. My coworker just walked up and gave me money, nice money, and told me, "Hey, I like what you're doing. You're a content creator." That's what I do. As you can see, I work hard at it. And this coworker just gave me money and appreciated the fact that I was a content creator. And I really appreciated that. I'm never going to forget him. And he knows who I'm talking about. But as a content creator, all I do is I just sit there and try to create one video after the next. And I try my best. I work hard at it. Sometimes it's not easy. Because when I sit there, I think about those type D friends who are on social media hating, telling me about I'm going to be a failure, telling me that I'm a bum. And my thing is, he don't know my situation because that guy don't have kids. I have kids. So it hurts sometimes because sometimes I'm so tired from getting 1 hour of sleep. But that Mr. Filmmaker don't know nothing about that because he don't have any. So of course he's free to make films that I've never saw. But anyway, back to my story. I sit there for hours and hours, trying to make content, trying to make stuff that people can understand, trying to make videos that I can get my point across and my message out, because I think I got a lot of things to say. So what I do is I sit in front of a computer and an editing board, and I think and tell my story for YouTube. And God has blessed me to put that in my head, because at first I never thought about this type of stuff. But because I've thought of it, I always know that God given me that idea. And guess what? I'm still here, and I'm still making that kind of content, but it's not easy. So sometimes I wonder, what did I do wrong? Because I've always had it hard. And I still have it hard. But I have a feeling in my soul that I'm going to make it. I have a real feeling in my soul that one day I will make it. And when I make it, hey, I'm going to remember all the people that treated me good, all the people that treated me bad. And the ones who treated me bad, I don't think they're going to like me very much. So what they do is they pray for me to fail. But it's okay, Because as long as you got God, you're always going to make it. This is 8 Dog 8. Stay tuned for my next video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Bye-bye.